Hello, everybody. Welcome to game number 3 of this beautiful series against the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Phillies are 91 and 61. Dodgers are 84 and 67. Phillies need the Brewers to lose, which is not going to happen tonight because the Angels suck. But anyways, this is the last game of the season series. The Phillies took the season series last night after they beat the Dodgers 9-6. As you hear a motorcycle coming by. Typical. Alright, making sure this stream is on here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then looking at the scores right now, the Brewers are beating the Angels 9-2. So, yep, it looks like they will not be tied coming into Friday against the Diamondbacks. The Phillies won't. But yeah, we are 8 minutes away from first pitch, so just hang around and it'll be game time before all of y'all know it. Anyways, as always, we got the nice beautiful K counter right there. And we got the score bug right above my head. And if you guys like this kind of stuff, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,400 subscribers. Comment down below what you guys want me to do next. Once again, this is the season finale. This season series is also here against the Dodgers. The Phillies are going to have Jesus Luzardo on the mound. The Dodgers are going to have Blake Snell. Game time is in 7 minutes, so stick around and it'll be first pitch before y'all know it. I get everything set up for the stream. Okay, everything looks good. Top of the first. Alright, we're good. Actually, let me move the thing down here so I can read everything. Alright, let's go through some scores here while we wait here. The A's are tied with the Red Sox 4-4, bottom of the ninth. The Red Sox have a runner at second with 2 out. Actually, let's look at that real quick. It's Rob Refsnyder up to hit. He has an 0-2 count. He just hit a slider foul, trying to keep the Red Sox alive or even give them the victory. He hits another one foul, 100 from Elvis Alvarado, I believe is what his name is. Refsnyder is 1 for 4 tonight with an RBI. Woo. And he is still at an 0-2 count. Alvarado is about to throw his 30th pitch, and it's a strikeout. That game is going to be going to extras. The Mets are down 7-4 against the Padres, thankfully. The Yankees are beating the Twins 8-5. I think I have something for that one in that game. The Mariners are beating the Royals 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Royals have a runner at first. Adam Frazier's up with a 2-2 count against Matt Brash. Question is, will he get out of that inning and keep him alive? It is a 3-2 count for Adam Frazier. Excuse me. Keeping the Royals on their seats hits a foul ball. Well, they're doing that. We'll come back in a second. Rangers are losing the Astros 5-2. Runner at first for Houston. No outs. And it's probably going to be a pitching change for the Rangers. The Marlins are losing to the Rockies 2-0, top of the third. Marlins have a runner at first with 2 outs. And as I just said, the Brewers beat the Angels 9-2. The Rays beat the Blue Jays 2-1. And the Guardians beat the Tigers 4-0. They get the shutout. Braves beat the Nationals 9-4. They take the season series, I believe. Adam Frazier just hit a 2-run home run and give the Royals the lead. Jesus. The Giants they beat the Diamondbacks in extras 5-1. Excuse me, I can't read. The Orioles beat the White Sox 3-1. The Reds beat the Cardinals 6-2, and the Cubs beat the Pirates 8-4. The Cubs actually, with that win, clinched their spot into the postseason. So, as of right now, the Phillies have clinched the division, and the Brewers and the Cubs have clinched a postseason spot. Most realistically, the Cubs will get the top seed in the wild card, as they're going to look at the starting pitchers for tonight's game, which is, as I said, Jesus Luzardo and Blake Snell. Yeah, but other than that, I got to show you the starting lineup for the Phillies, and we will be ready to start. Excuse me. So yeah, the Royals have the lead. Jesus Luzardo has a 4-seam, a sweeper, a changeup, a sinker, and a slider. Had a great first half of the season, but then started to fall apart, which, surprise, surprise. We are minutes away. 2 or 3 minutes away from first pitch. Phillies looking to get the sweep, while the Dodgers are looking to keep their lead in the National League West alive. Because as of right now, the Dodgers are 2 games ahead of the Padres, and since the Padres are going to be winning, if the Dodgers lose tonight, they are down to just 1 game. Dodgers are not as good as they were last year, but not all good teams are always good every year. Thank you, 2013, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, Phillies, Dodgers tonight, followed by the Bills and the Dolphins tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football. So we are going to reveal the starting lineup for the Phillies. That's the wrong one, my bad. This one. Yep, there he is. Alright, so the starting lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies. We have Harrison Bader leading off once again, followed by Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper. JT Realmuto is back in the lineup after he was out with an illness last night. So he's back in, heading cleanup. Then it's Nick Castellanos, Max Kepler at left field, Otto Kemp, Weston Wilson, and Bryson Stott. Once again, it's Bader, Schwarber, Harper, Realmuto, Castellanos, Kepler, Kemp, Wilson, and Stott. And then you have Jesus Luzardo on the mound. Blake Snell has a 4-seamer, a changeup, a curveball, and a slider. He has not thrown a slider against his last start against the Rockies. So maybe he's limiting his usage with the slider. Oh no, this is the first pitch to Harrison Bader. Blake Snell with the pitch. 94 on that fly ball. That's a pop-up. Hernandez is going to get that, and it's the first out of the game. So with that, we are now heading to Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber hitting .245 so far this season. They're just announcing the starting lineup. Whoop-de-dee. Already did that, so congrats to me. First pitch to Kyle Schwarber. It's a quick pitch, just like Ohtani did. It's way inside. Could have hit him, but it didn't, so it's ball one. Schwarber looking for his 54th home run of the season. 128 RBIs for this season as of right now. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In there for strike one. Humiliation ritual. Okay, Riley. Okay. Here is the 1-1 from Blake Snell. It is hit foul behind home plate, and it's 1-2. Snell looking to get his first strikeout of the game. Recently just came out of his IL stint a couple starts ago. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a swing and a miss. 96 on the fastball. And Schwarber is out on strikes. 2-away, and it's going to bring up Bryce Harper. Just a bit late, and his barrel was a little low. So even if he did hit that, it would have been a pop-up. So here comes Bryce Harper. Here is the first pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Hitting .265, Harper is. 27 home runs, 75 RBIs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and hit foul. Third base side over the Dodgers dugout. And it is now quickly 0-2. Snell looking for his second strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Harper swung at a curveball and completely whiffed. So, Phillies go down 1-2-3. 2 strikeouts for Blake Snell in that inning. And with that, we're going to go ahead and see Jesus Luzardo. So, Snell. 8. Honestly, this is more easier than doing it on the phone. Phillies offense was quiet last night. They were no hit until the 6th, with Rafael Marchand getting a base hit against the Dodgers bullpen. And no one knows why they took out Shohei Ohtani, which makes no sense in the first place. We are on a commercial break, so you guys are not missing anything at all. So we will see Jesus Luzardo against Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and most importantly, Teoscar Hernandez. Guess I can't move it more to the left. Okay. Let's see how it is. Eat fresh, feel good. Here is Shohei Ohtani, who will lead off for the Dodgers in the bottom of the first. Excuse me. It's going to be Ohtani, Betts, Hernandez, Freddie Freeman, Tommy Edman, Rojas, Pages, Kike Hernandez, and Ben Rotfat. Here is the first pitch to Ohtani, and it's swung, grounded to second. Wilson will throw it to first, and just like that, 1 out. Jesus Luzardo is 14-6 with a 4.03 ERA, 200 strikeouts in the season in his 31st start, 169.2 innings pitched with 56 walks. Here is the first pitch to Mookie Betts. It is down the middle, no swing whatsoever. From Betts, it is strike one. Betts hitting .263 with 19 home runs. Here is this, way outside changeup. Did not get anywhere near the strike zone there. It is 1-1. Betts is ready for the 1-1 pitch, and Luzardo is shaking off some pitch recommendations. Here's the pitch. Slider down low. It is 2-1. Luzardo is 4th in strikeouts behind Skeens, Logan Webb, and Dylan Cease. Here is the 2-1. It is hit, and it goes to Weston Wilson. Once again, fielded clearly by Harper, and there's 2 out. And it will bring up Teoscar Hernandez to the plate. Luzardo 6-1 in his last 9 starts, sub-3 ERA, sub-1 WHIP, 64 strikeouts to 13 walks, and a sub-200 opponent batting average with 189. Hernandez called his timeout before the first pitch, so he's not going to have one for the rest of the at-bat. Here's the first pitch to him. Way outside. That sweeper was way too high for ball 1. Hernandez hitting .248 with 24 home runs, looking for number 25, potentially for tonight's game. Here's the 1-0. It's swing and a miss. Changeup hit 89, and it'll be 1-1. The 1-1 to Hernandez is just inside. Fastball, ball 2. 2 outs for Luzardo in the bottom of the first. Here is the 2-1 to Hernandez. And it's 98 going towards the back porch there behind home plate. It is 2-2. I should probably write down Luzardo. 2-2 to Hernandez. Here's the pitch. Down low, and we have a full count. Sweeper swept way too much. Luzardo looking to get out of this inning without having any damage. Here is the full count. Fly ball. Center field. Bader is there to make the catch. And Luzardo gets a 1-2-3 inning. Phillies and Dodgers are still tied after 1. And we are on a commercial break, so you guys are not missing anything. Hopefully. It's going to be the top of the second in about 2.5 minutes. Yeah, but anyways, the Red Sox have runners in scoring position, second and third, 1 out. Padres are beating the Mets 7-4 still. Mets are trying to rally back. Runners at first and second, but Juan Soto lined out to the pitcher, so that's lose. Good. Yankees are beating the Twins 8-5, looking to add on some insurance runs as they have a full count for Aaron Judge, who just singled, so he's on first with 1 out. It's going to be Cody Bellinger. Mariners are losing to the Royals. Mariners have a runner at first with 1 strike to Josh Naylor, looking to continue the rally there. Marlins are still losing to the Rockies 2-1. So that's cool, I guess. But other than that, that's all we got. I mean, you have the Rangers losing to the Rangers, but Who cares about that? Alright, should be coming back in a couple seconds. There we go. They're showing Rafael Marchand, who hit the 3-run home run in last night's game to seal the victory for the Phillies. Next to Ranger Suarez, Brandon Marsh. Okay, here is the first pitch from Blake Snell to JT. It is going to hit the inside corner for strike one. Romuto hitting 263. Looking to get his first hit here. Here is the 0-1 pitch. Wow. Okay, way outside for ball one. 94 on the fastball. 263, as I said. 12 home runs, 51 RBIs. Here's the 1-1, and it's grounded to short. Betts to first is in time. So with that, we have Nick Castellanos up to the plate. Still waiting for him to hit a home run. But yeah, that was a good throw by Betts there to beat Romuto there. Castellanos hitting 252. First start in what feels like forever. Castellanos is ready. Here's the first pitch to him. 95 just inside, ball one. 66 RBIs, 16 home runs, 404 slugging, and a 295 on-base percentage for Castellanos. Here's the 1-0, swing and a miss, changeup, fooled him massively. Castellanos still looking for a home run. Here's the 1-1 to him. Swing and a miss, just late on the fastball there. And it's now 1-2. Castellanos did call his timeout. Castellanos is ready. Here's the 1-2 from Snell. It is down low. Curveball curved too much. It is 2-2. Sosa is still out. Turner is expected to return by the postseason. Here is the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. And there's 2 outs. 3 strikeouts for Blake Snell right now, as he looks like a chihuahua with big eyes. Here is Max Kepler with the home run replay, beside by a giant. Wow. Yep, Max Kepler hitting a solo shot back in the 6th in last night's game. Here is the first pitch to him. It is check swing. They are going to say he swung. Strike one. Kepler is hitting 222, 17 home runs, 51 RBIs, almost a 400 slugging percentage, and a 308 batting on-base percentage. Excuse me. Here's the 0-1. Swung and foul, and it's 0-2. .297 this month for Kepler in this month of September. He calls his timeout and he'll try to get on base here. Everyone's ready. Here is the 0-2 pitch. It is up high for ball one. Snell is ready. He's going to deliver the 1-2. Swung and foul. Curveball, 81 on that. It stays 1-2. With that, Blake Snell has an 0-3 record against the Phillies. 4.28 ERA, and it's one of his 2 teams he has not gotten a win against. Here's the 1-2. Way outside. Slider slid too much. It is 2-2. Otto Kemp is on deck in case if Kepler gets on base. Here is the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Slider got him. And with that, Snell gets another 1-2-3 inning. Score stays as it is. And we're back on a commercial break, so you guys are not missing anything. Anyway, guys, if you like this kind of stuff, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, run over to 1,400 subscribers. Comment down below what you guys want me to do next, as I appreciate all the feedback on this kind of stuff. Damn, brother, everyone's terrible. Marlins are tied against the Rockies now. It is 2-2. Cody Bellinger hit a 2-run home run and added in the insurance runs. And then WNBA-wise, the Lynx are losing to the Valkyries, and the Mercury beat the Liberty. Don't know who will watch the WNBA. Definitely not me. But the Royals beat the Mariners 7-5, and the Twins will look to get some runs as they are down 10-5. Rangers are still down 5-2. Astros looking to add in maybe some more insurance runs. We're coming back from commercial break. Flash sale for everyone who wants to get Marlins series tickets. Sale ends tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. First pitch to Freddie Freeman is a ball, 1-0. Luzardo looking to have a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fly ball, right center field, excuse me. That ball is crushed. And that ball is gone. We couldn't wait any second. We couldn't wait a second, Luzardo. After you get the Dane home run allowed. 21st home run from Freddie Freeman. And it is now 1-0 Dodgers. '21st home run from Freddie Freeman. Phillies are down 1-0. And it'll bring up Tommy Edman. First pitch. Fly ball, left field. Kepler is there to make the catch, and there's one out. Well, it looks like the Phillies will have to play some catch-up once again. Miguel Rojas is up to the plate, hitting .261. Here is the first pitch to him. In there for strike 196 on the sinker. 6 home runs for Miguel Rojas and 26 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Nasty. Nasty changeup right there. As Rojas will call his timeout. Luzardo looking for his first strikeout of his outing here. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Way down low. Hitting the dirt. Bouncing off JT. That sweeper was not a sweeper. That was nothing. Counts 1-2, 1 out. Dodgers got a home run from Freddie Freeman. Here is the pitch from Luzardo, and it is outside, 86. Once again, the sweeper, and it's 2-2. Luzardo is ready. Here is the 2-2 to Rojas. right past Luzardo, past the infield, and Rojas has a hit. It's going to bring up Andy Pages to the plate. That ball went past Luzardo and went in between Stott and Wilson. Wilson was the one that tried to run for it, but to no avail. Pages with a 277 batting average. Here is the first pitch to him. It is strike one, sweeper that went down the middle. Luzardo is ready. Here is the 0-1 pitch. If they throw it to him, they're going to pick it off to first. So that's the first disengagement. Alright, once again, here is the 0-1 pitch. Swung and hit foul behind home plate. It is 0-2. 277 batting average from Pages, 25 home runs, 81 RBIs, 466 slugging, and a 318 on-base percentage. Here is the 0-2 pitch. It is way up high for ball one, 896 on the fastball. Pages looking to hit a home run once again. The 1-2 pitch from Luzardo. Grounded towards the shift. Rojas will get to third. And there's going to be ducks on the corners with one out. Goes right in between the infield dirt of Harper and Wilson. Wilson was playing towards second. But that hung. I don't even know how he hit that. Oh, Rojas was stealing too, so that's why he was able to get the third. Wilson was trying to cover second. So it brings up Kike Hernandez to the plate. Runners on the corners with one out for the Dodgers. Hitting 192 with 9 home runs. He did homer last night, having 30 RBIs right now. Here is the first pitch to him. It is just outside for a ball. Once again, the sweeper is just not working to his best. Sweeper's not working tonight. Here is the 1-0 to Hernandez. Looking at first is Luzardo. Here it comes. In there for strike one. Once again goes back to the sweeper. Still looking for his first strikeout of his outing here. And looking to get out of this inning if he can. The 1-1. Luzardo looks ready. He's going to throw it and swing and a miss. Sweeper once again. 3 sweepers in a row, and it's now a 1-2 count. Runners at first and third. 1 out for the Dodgers, who already have scored 1 off the home run from Freddie Freeman. And here is the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Top left corner. Top left corner for the batter view-wise. But it hits the top right corner any other way. So either way, it is a swing and miss. First strikeout for Jesus Luzardo. I don't know what I would going with that. So we're just going to ignore what I just said and move on. It will bring up Ben Rotvet to the plate. Hitting 154. Luzardo with the runner at first and third. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Sweeper once again. And Rotvet was not anywhere close. 154 average, no home runs, 8 RBIs in 37 games. 245 on base percentage with a sub 200 slugging. Okay, so with that, here comes the 0-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. That is another sweeper. Luzardo about to throw his 30th pitch. He is 1-0 with the Dodgers in his 4 career starts. Subs 2 ERA. sub-1 whip, and a 24 innings pitched. Excuse me. Rovek called his timeout. Rovek is ready with his horrible batting stance. Here's the 0-2. Swan, right center field. It's going to drop. One will score. Throw goes to second. And with that, the Dodgers are up 2-0. Runners still on the corners. And it's going to bring up Ohtani once again. All Luzardo did was throw sweepers. One sweeper, too many. He just threw one too many sweepers. They're going to have a mound visit for Luzardo. I had so many notifications, dude. Holy moly. Okay. Shohei Ohtani is 0 for 1. He had a ground out back in the first. Looking to add on to the Dodgers' lead. And potentially get a crucial win here. They broke up the visit. Luzardo is back on his own. He put the glove back in his hand. Ohtani is ready. Luzardo is ready. Looking at first. Here's the first pitch. In there for strike one. 97 on the fastball. Luzardo needs to limit the usage of the sweeper, as he's already allowed another run there. Here's the first, one pitch. It's swing and a miss on the sweeper. So it is now 0-2 against Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani's going to call his timeout. Luzardo looking for his second strikeout. Here is the 0-2. Fly ball, left field. Kepler's there at the warning track and makes the catch. And the inning is over. Not before the Dodgers get 2 runs that inning. 22 pitch outing for Luzardo this inning. So it's now 2-0 Dodgers. And we are on a commercial break, so you guys are not missing a thing. And snow's at 22. Excuse me. Yep, so Luzardo only got the one strikeout. And with that, we are the only game that's on right now, alongside the Rangers Astros and the Marlins Rockies. Marlins Rockies is in the top of the 5th right now. Why would you drop Matt Prater for Spencer Schrader? Why would you do that, man? Why? I just don't understand how that works. But anyways, Phillies need to get at least a hit here, because if we don't, we're going to talk about no-hitting once again. And we don't want to do that. I really don't. We are back. They're talking about the quote of the game here from Rob Thompson on postseason home field advantage. Once again, Phillies are looking to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs, trying to get that top seed in the National League. Otto Kemp is up to hit here. Here's the first pitch to him. It is in there for strike one. Middle in corner. Kemp is hitting .244 with 6 home runs, 24 RBIs, .409 slugging and a .311 on-base percentage. Here's the 0-1, and that curveball just hit the outer part of the box, and it's 0-2. Kemp looking to get the first hit for the team as he called his timeout. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Check swing, did not go. So it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Snell. Swing and a miss, got him swinging. 5 strikeouts for Blake Snell. And Weston Wilson will come up to hit. Curveball, just getting under Otto's bat. He's also swung early. Surprise, surprise. Alright, here's the first pitch to Weston Wilson. It is hit foul, hitting the Spectrum sign behind home plate. And it is 0-1. Weston Wilson hit a double in last night's game, hitting .207 with a .402 slugging percentage. Here's the 0-1 from Snell. And that would have been a strike, but the ump called it a ball. So it's 1-1. Wilson is probably, yep, he's ready. Here comes the 1-1. It's the exact same pitch, but this time Snell gets the call. Once again, it is strikeout territory for the Phillies here. Here is the 1-2 to Wilson. It is down in the dirt, 83 curveball, and it is now 2-2. Wilson looking to stay alive here. He's ready. Here comes the 2-2. Swung and foul. Little hopper towards Spectrum sign once again. Still 2-2. 1 out for the Phillies here in the top of the third. Wilson is ready. Here comes the 2-2. It is down low once again. 82 curveball. And Weston Wilson has a full count. Looking to get on base. Give the Phillies their first base runner of the game. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 97 fastball. Got him. Right by him. And there's 2 out. And it will bring up Bryson Stott. Blake Snell has 6 strikeouts right now. 2 Luzardos, 1. So if we were talking about no-hitters last night, we might be talking about no-hitters tonight. Here is the first pitch to Bryson Stott. And it hits the outside corner, but just missed it according to the umpire for ball 1. .256 average from Bryson Stott, 12 home runs, 66 RBIs. Here is the 1-0 pitch. Down low, tried to get the four-seamer once again, but it was way under the box, and it's now 2-0. Stott is ready. Here is the 2-0 pitch. In there, slider, strike 1. Stott looking to get on base. Try to avoid no-hitter conversations. Here is the 2-1. Foul ball behind home plate, and it is 2-2. Stott has been hitting .303, 27 RBIs, and 6 home runs in the second half of the season. Having a better second half than a first half. Stott is ready. Here is the 2-2 pitch from Snell. Opposite way, and it is a base hit. Bryson Stott gets the first hit for the Phillies, and it brings the lineup back to the top of the order for Harrison Bader. with 2 out with Stott at first. As he hit that ball over the infield towards left field. No one was there at third base, actually. They were playing shift. So here comes Harrison Bader, 0 for 1 right now. Looking to make that 1 for 2. Snell is ready. Bader is ready. Here's the first pitch. It is down low. Change up. And it is ball 1. Bader popped out in the first. Popped out in the first pitch of the game, actually. Looking to change that. Here is the 1-0 to Harrison Bader. There we go. Popped foul behind home plate. Probably towards the broadcast booth, and it's 1-1. Bader looking to start a little rally here. Down 2-0. 2 out. Runner at first. The 1-1. Hit sharply once again over Hernandez. And the Phillies have runners at first and second with 2 out. Okay. So Bader gets it past Kike Hernandez, and he gets a single. Back-to-back singles for the Phillies here. Bringing up Kyle Schwarber to the plate, looking to hit home run number 54 of the season. Runners at first and second with 2 out. Top of the third, down 2-0. Maybe a potential double steal here. Schwarber called his timeout, it looks like. This is a early crucial part of the game here. If Schwarber can get on base. Here is the first pitch to him. Down low, slider hitting 90 for ball 1. Schwarber struck out in his first at-bat. Looking to change that, going 1 for 2 here, hopefully. Here is the 1-0 to him. Swung and a miss. Swing and a miss from Schwarber. It is 1-1. Schwarber looking to join the 130 RBI season club for the Phillies. Currently has 128. Could get there with a home run here. Schwarber is ready. Snell's ready. Here's the 1-1. In there for strike 2. Goes to the fastball, 96 on that one. So it's 1-2. It was in there. Showing the StatCast. Schwarber's ready for the 1-2 pitch. Trying to stay alive here. Here it is. Here it comes. Hits the dirt. 83. Runners stay. As Rotvet was able to block that from going behind him. And it is 2-2. Schwarber looking to stay alive once again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. 2 outs. Top of the third. And we got time? Okay, we got time. Or it was a step off. I don't know what just happened there. The ump just stopped play for a second. Alright, everyone looks ready now. And the 2-2 from Blake Snell, looking to keep Schwarber in check in. He got him looking. Schwarber is down on strikes as the curveball got him. Snell is up to 7 strikeouts. But we did tack on to his pitch count. So it is still 2-0 Dodgers. As the Phillies did have a little threat going on, but to no avail. And we are back on a commercial break, so you guys are not missing nothing. So that's great, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, if you like this kind of stuff, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,400 subscribers. Comment down below what you guys want me to do next. And ask me some questions in the chat or in the comments. I really don't... I will answer them to an extent. I don't know if I can answer most of them. Well, some of them, I should say. I can answer most of them. But yeah. All the other games have finished besides the Marlins and Rockies game, which is still at a 3-3 deficit. So, just us and the Rockies. I'd be surprised if the Rockies won, to be honest. Luzardo is going to have Mookie Betts come up to bat first. They're going to show the LA skyline as we're coming back. Luzardo is at 33 pitches to Luzardo's 46. As Luzardo will look to avoid allowing any runs this inning. Here's the first pitch to Mookie Betts. It's down there for strike one. Hits the middle with the sweeper. Betts grounded out in his first at-bat, looking for home run number 20. Here's the 0-1, and he hits it foul behind the catcher, and it is 0-2. You're really going to go Phillies money line? Yeah, no, I'm not going Phillies money line. Luzardo with the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Luzardo has his second strikeout of the game. 1 out for him in the bottom of the third. And it brings up Teoscar Hernandez to the plate. Here comes the first pitch from Luzardo. Wow, he got the call. That was below the bottom part of the strike zone. Ump gave him the call, and it is 1 strike. Hernandez lined out in his first at-bat as he almost gets hit with the fastball. 96 on that one. Almost hit him in the knees. 1-1. Hernandez trying to add on to the Dodgers' lead. Here's the 1-1. And it is swing and a miss. 1-2. Luzardo could get his third strikeout of the game. Hernandez is ready. Here's the 1-2. Foul ball towards the dugout of the Dodgers. Went actually inside the Dodgers dugout. And it stays 1-2. Luzardo is ready. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball. Shortstop. Stott is there to throw it to first. And there is 2 outs. So it's going to bring up Freddie Freeman, who hit the home run back in the second. With one more NL West title, the Dodgers would tie which franchise for most division titles in MLB history? Wow. Freeman is ready. Luzardo, here is the first pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. 98 on the fastball. And it is 0 balls, 1 strike. Here is the 0-1. Hits the bottom corner. It is 0-2. Luzardo looking to get out of this inning unscathed. Luzardo is ready. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Hits the dirt. 89 sweeper. Ball 1. Freddie Freeman looking to hit his second home run of the game. He's ready for... Luzardo's ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball. Weston Wilson is there to make the throw. Harper to make the catch. And the inning is over. Phillies get a 1-2-3 inning once again. And the score stays the same. Over and don't know. Alright, so we're back on commercial break, so you guys once again are not going to miss anything. Blake Snell. But yeah, the Phillies are going to have Bryce Harper coming up once we come back from break, followed by JT Realmuto, and I went to the wrong screen there. Nick Castellanos. Still waiting for him to hit a home run. Just saying. Oh yeah, I forgot about this very long Fox Chase commercial. Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, it's really nothing else sports-wise going on tonight. The Raw 4th inning presented by Toyota. I don't know why I said that. Toyota. So it is still 2-0 Dodgers. Top of the 4th here. Blake Snell is back on the mound looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Here comes Bryce Harper, who is 0 for 1 as he struck out in the first. Looking to make that 1 for 2. Here is the first pitch to Harper. Swung and hit foul, bouncing towards Dodgers dugout, and it is 0-1. Harper actually made his debut at Dodger Stadium back in 2012 with the Nationals. Here is the 0-1. Outside for ball 1. Try to get him with the slider. I guess I forgot to put that as a strike, but that works. 33 games at Dodger Stadium, 7 home runs to 9 doubles, 20 RBIs. Here's the 1-1. Check swing did not go, and it is 2-1. Harper is ready. Snell with the 2-1 pitch. Grounded to first. Freeman is going to touch the bag himself. And that is the first out of the inning. So it will bring up JT Realmuto. Trying to keep the Phillies in this game somehow, some way. JT, like many others, is 0 for 1 here, early. Snell is ready to deliver the first pitch, and it hits the bottom part of the zone for strike 1. Realmuto grounded out in the second, looking for home run number 13 of the season. Here's the 0-1, way inside for ball 1, 95 on the fastball. So it brings up 1-1. Here it comes. Once again, inside. Back to the fastball he goes, but to no avail. It is ball 2. So we have a 2-1 count to JT. Everyone looks ready. Here is the 2-1 pitch. Hit foul behind home plate. And it is 2-2. Hit the netting, actually. So it didn't go over. JT looking to stay alive here. Snell is ready. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swung and down. It goes behind the Phillies dugout. Way behind the Phillies dugout. That ball was hit far. So, stays 2-2. Realmuto once again trying to stay alive. Here is the 2-2 pitch once again, and it is a fly ball to Teoscar Hernandez, who will make the catch. And there will be 2 outs for Nick Castellanos. Castellanos is 0 for 1, as many other people are. And is always looking for his first hit of the game. Here's the first pitch to him as he swung very early. Like, he swung like he's playing a new game of MLB The Show and trying to learn how the buttons work. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second. Here's the... Huh? Outside corner was nowhere near the strike zone, and they still gave him a strike. Sure. Just give him the strikeout at this point. 0-2 pitch, and he is going to swing it at the dirt. Castellanos will get tagged, and I don't think he likes that whatsoever. So, Phillies go down 1-2-3 once again. So, it stays 2-0 Dodgers. Okay, so we're going to go back to Luzardo. And we are on a commercial break, so you guys are not missing a thing. Rockies and Marlins are still tied at 3-3. Okay, that was just the... Okay. Don't know what was happening there. But yeah, if you have any questions to ask me while we're on commercial break, go ahead and put them in the chat. Forgot I have my camera reversed. Luzardo has 2 strikeouts to Blake Snell's 8. Yeah, that's not great, but he'll be out sooner or later, and the bullpen will come in. Hopefully we can hit against them again. Problem is they won't have Blake Trinan pitching tonight because he pitched back-to-back games, and you lost both games. So, sucks to be us. But it is what it is. We're coming back. Once again, the very 4th inning is presented by Toyota as Harrison Bader gets absolutely ran over by that holographic car. So, pains me to see that. But that RAV4 car is on a tear this year, with it going from left to right on that screen. Luzardo had a 22-pitch inning in his second. Other than that, it was 11 in 12. Going to the 4th inning, looking for another 1-2-3 inning, as he will go against Tommy Edman, who is 0 for 1. Here is the first pitch to him. Way outside for ball 1, changeup 87. Edman lined out in his first at-bat, looking to get his first hit here as he swings and misses at a sweeper, bottom part of the box for strike 1. Here is the 1-1, fly ball left field. Kepler is there towards the warning track, has about 3 steps from it, and he'll make the catch. So 1 out, and it will bring up Miguel Rojas. Gear up for Red October. Visit the team store for postseason merchandise. It's only been 2 days, bro. Here is Miguel Rojas. His first pitch, he went strike 1. I don't think it would have mattered anyways. That sinker was in there as a strike, so no worries there. Rojas singled in the second, was one of the runs in the second, as he takes a changeup right where the sinker was for strike 2. As Rojas will call time. 13 balls to 36 strikes is Luzardo's pitch count. Here is the 0-2, looking for a strikeout here from Luzardo. Fly ball hit foul towards the right. And it is still 0-2. Rojas looking to go 2 for 2. Bottom of the fourth. Here is the 0-2. He takes it. Sweeper is a little bit low, so it's ball one. Rojas is ready. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Check swing, did not go. And it's 2-2. As once again, Luzardo is trying to make that sweeper work. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swung, and he's gone. Swing and miss. Jesus Luzardo gets him swinging. So the K counter, presented by me, goes up to 3. What was that, a changeup? Yeah, that was a changeup. Nice, nasty changeup from Luzardo there to get him on that. Here's Andy Pages as he takes one low with a sweeper for ball one. Pages is 1 for 1 with that single back in the second. Here is the 1-0. Inside, 97 on the fastball, ball 2. Ball 2. Pages looking to go 2 for 2 so far in tonight's game. Here is the 2-0 pitch. In there for strike 1. Goes back to the sweeper. Luzardo looking to get out of this inning. Here is the 2-1. Down low, does not get the call. That was a sweeper that just missed the zone. It is 3-1. 3-1 in the dirt. So it is ball 4. Pages walks. So runner at first, 2 out. And it brings up Kike Hernandez to the plate as he looks to go 1 for 2. Hernandez is 0 for 1, hitting 191 now. Here is the first pitch. Just missing the top corner of that zone. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Hernandez struck out back in the second. Luzardo checking the runner at first. Here is the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 86 on the sweeper. So it is 1-1. 1-1. Luzardo looks ready and looks at first. Here's the pitch. Swing and miss. Throw to second is not in time. Pages steals second base. It is his 14th stolen base of the season. So runner at second now with 2 out. But honestly, that was... Oh, are they challenging this? Are they going to challenge this? They're not going to challenge it, so Pages has his 14th stolen base. It is a 1-2 count to Hernandez. Looking to get out of this inning here is Luzardo. Here is the 1-2 pitch as Luzardo is looking at the runner at second. Here it comes. Inside, 98 on the fastball for ball 2. So, 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner at second. 2-0 Dodgers. Luzardo looking at the runner at second. He's going to throw at the second. It's over the glove of Wilson. The throw will go into shortstop. And that's going to be an error on Luzardo. E1 on that throw to Wilson from Luzardo as it went over his glove and into center field. As it will now be Pages at third with 2 out. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. Hits the bottom part of the corner, but it's called a ball. So it's a full count to Kike Hernandez. Luzardo looking to get his 4th strikeout of the game here. Here's the 3-2. Fly ball, center field. That's going to drop. Dodgers get another run here. And it is now 3-0. That run wouldn't have scored if Luzardo did not throw that ball to second. Yep, it drops right in front of Harrison Bader. There's nothing Bader could do. The run's going to score. And just like that, runner at first, 2 out. Brings up Ben Rotvert. He looks at a sinker. 97 for strike 1. Rotvert is 1 for 1 with the RBI single back in the second, bringing his RBI total to 9. Here's the 0-1. Slider that hits the dirt. JT's going to get a new ball. And it is 1-1. Luzardo looking at the runner at first. 2 outs. Here's the 1-1. Fly ball, right field. Castellanos is there. And the inning is over. Not before they score one more run. So it is now 3-0 Dodgers. 68. Bam, 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 bam. And we're at 59. Phillies will look to get on the board in the top of the 5th when we come back, as we are on a commercial break. I'm going to go drop my phone real quick, because why not? And I'm actually going to go get some water. I'll be back real quick. Alright. It's refreshing. Put the phone back up there. Okay. Once again, if you guys have any questions, ask them in the chat or in the comments below. If you are watching this stream replay. But top of the 5th is coming up in a couple seconds. Max Kepler will be up to bat to lead off for the Phillies. And then it will be Otto Kemp and Weston Wilson. Snell at 59 pitches. Here's the first pitch, and it is swung and hit foul. So it is 0 balls, 1 strike. Kepler struck out back in the second for the Phillies. Here is the 0-1 pitch to him. Swing and a miss. That ball was nowhere near. That hit the dirt, bounced off Rotvert's gear. And he still swung at that. Snell has only allowed 2 hits so far. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Down low. Did not fool Kepler this time. .62 pitches, 42 strikes to 20 balls for Blake Snell. Here is the 1-2 from Snell. Once again, hitting the dirt, curveball once again, and it's 2-2. Kepler looking to stay alive here. Here is the 2-2 pitch from Snell. Swing and a miss. Curveball once again, and he is out. Snell has 9 strikeouts. Snell's curveball is very effective tonight for him. Not anyone is hitting that. So it'll bring up Otto Kemp. Here's the first pitch to him as it is low, and he does not get the call. It is 1-0. Snell has a 1.44 ERA at home this year compared to a 5.29 away. The 1-0 is inside, 95 on the fastball for ball 2. Kemp is 0 for 1 as he struck out back in the third. Here's the 2-0. Ground ball. Betts has it, throws it to Freeman, and it's in time. So 2 outs, and it brings up Weston Wilson. At least they're not getting shut out. Oh, they are getting shut out. At least they're not getting no hit. So it brings up Weston Wilson to the plate. He is also 0 for 1. Here is the first pitch to him, and it is inside for ball 1, 81 on the curveball. Starters for the Phillies next series will be Taijuan Walker, Aaron Nola, and Ranger Suarez, with Walker Buehler to pitch as well tomorrow. Be Walker versus Ryan Nelson, Aaron Nola versus Zach Gallen, and Ranger Suarez against Eduardo Rodriguez. The 1-1 is down low for ball 2. So once the Phillies face the Diamondbacks, they're back home. Here is the 2-1 from Snell, and it's going to hit the bottom right corner. Curveball once again for strike 2. Chair's very noisy. Here is the 2-2 to Weston Wilson. Screen's flickering. The ball hits the dirt, gets overrode. That goes to his left. But since there's no one on base, he doesn't have to run for it. It is ball 3. So Weston Wilson has a 3-2 count once again. This time trying to get on base here. Snell is ready for the 3-2. Here is the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Throws his bat at the dugout. And the inning is over. Phillies get nothing once again. 73 pitches from Blake Snell. Weston Wilson throws his bat towards the Dodgers dugout and towards the camera well. And with that, Blake Snell has 10 strikeouts. As the score stays as it is. And we are on a commercial break. So you guys are not missing anything. Wait, what's... Oh, yay. Let your viewers... I can start a Q&A. Start a poll. Will the Phillies win this game? Yes. No. I forgot I could start polls. Yeah, shush. Alright, we're coming back. We're going to have Luzardo back on the mound as he's going to go against the top of the order here. First pitch to Ohtani is going to hit the inside corner for strike one. Here is the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Sweeper got Ohtani, and it's 0-2. Which is also what Shohei Ohtani is right now, with the ground out and the line out. As Luzardo's looking for his fourth strikeout. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Got him looking. 89 on the changeup. And the K counter presented by me is up to 4. He froze Ohtani with that pitch. So here comes Mookie Betts. Luzardo is ready. Here's the first pitch. In there for strike one. Betts is also 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Luzardo is ready once again. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Way inside, almost hits Mookie Betts for some reason. 96 on the fastball, and it's going to be ball 1. Betts had to avoid getting hit there. It was towards his crotch. Here is the 1-1. 97 on the fastball. Not anywhere near Mookie Betts this time. It is ball 2. Betts is ready. Luzardo with the 2-1. Flying towards Bryson Stott. Makes the catch. 2 outs. Lined directly towards him. And it will bring up Teoscar Hernandez, who is also 0 for 2. Here's the first pitch to him. Popped foul behind home plate, and it'll be 0-1. Hernandez lined out and grounded out in his 2 at-bats. Hernandez is ready. Luzardo is ready. Here is the 0-1 pitch. Grounded towards third. Kemp has it. Throws it to first. In time. And that is a very quick 1-2-3 inning from Jesus Luzardo. As he goes from 68 pitches to 77 pitches. A nice 9-pitch inning for Jesus Luzardo. Prevents the Dodgers from scoring. And the score stays as it is, with it being 3-0. Going to the top of the 6th. Bryson Stott will lead off, followed by Harrison Bader and Kyle Schwarber. 9-1-2 coming up for the Phillies in about 2-ish minutes. So, if you guys like this type of content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,400 subscribers. Comment down below what you guys want me to do next. Or in the chat, I mean, whatever you feel like. But the Phillies will wrap up their season West Coast trip this weekend, as they have the Diamondbacks for 3 games, and then they have the Marlins, I believe, coming up. I don't know if that's after the... It is after. Okay, so it's going to be the Diamondbacks, followed by the Marlins at home, and they will wrap up with the Twins at home. So, it is the Diamondbacks, the Marlins, and the Twins. So it is the top of the 6th here. Bryson Stott will be up to bat against Blake Snell, who is 1 for 1 so far this game. Here is the first pitch. Up high. Looks like it'd be a fastball going 95. It is. It is ball one. 5 innings from Blake Snell as of right now. 2 hits and 10 strikeouts. Here is the 1-0 from him. In there, going back to the fastball, this time lower into the zone for strike one. Stott singled back in the third, looking to get 2 for 2 here. Here's the 1-1. Swung and hit foul towards the Dodgers dugout, and it is 1-2. Stott will call time, I think. Phillies looking to get on the board. Here is the 1-2 from Snell. Down low, slider, hitting the dirt for ball 2. Stott is ready. Snell with the 2-2. Down low. And Stott has a full count. Looking to try and get on base and not strike out here. Stott is ready. Snell is ready as well. Here is the payoff pitch from Blake Snell, the former Padre. Popped up. Stott's not happy. Center field. Yep. Easy out. Looks like that's Tommy Edman at center field. So, with that, it brings the lineup back to the top of the order. The Phillies have 18 comeback wins since the All-Star break, tied for the second most in the league. Harrison Bader's up to hit here. First pitch to him is in there for strike one. Fastball going 96. We're at 80. Bader is 1 for 2 with a single back in the third when they had that mini rally. Here is the 0-1. It is in the dirt. Change up going 85 for ball 1. The 1-1 to Bader is swung on and missed. It is 1-2. I'm actually surprised the stream is staying up right now. Bader is ready. The quick pitch from Blake Snell is swung on and hit foul. Bouncing to Bader's left. Stays 1-2. Bader is ready. Snell is as well. Quick pitch. Bader's not ready. He's going to swing in the miss in the dirt. Curveball. Rotvek tags him at home plate. And with that, Blake Snell has 11 strikeouts. I don't know what Bader was looking for, but it definitely fooled him right there. Season high strikeouts tonight for Blake Snell with 11. Might break that here with Kyle Schwarber coming up to hit. Schwarber is ready. Snell with the first pitch. Swung on and missed. 88 on the slider. Schwarber is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, trying to not make that 3. He is ready. Here is the 0-1. Check swing did not go, says the third base umpire, and it is 1-1. Schwarber is going to get quick pitched on. Here is the 1-1 here. It's not even a swing, but it hits the bottom part of this corner. And it'll be 1-2. Schwarber trying to keep this inning alive. Here's the 1-2. Down low goes the slider, and it is 2-2. 89th pitch coming up for Blake Snell. Looking to get his 12th strikeout of the game here. This will probably be his last inning from Snell. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, first base side. goes foul. Freeman grabs it and throws it to the seats. So we're going to have Schwarber call time here. And once he's out of that, once he comes back from the timeout, Blake Snell will throw his 90th pitch of his outing. Schwarber looking to stay alive in this at-bat. Keep the inning alive. Trying to not get struck out here. Snell is ready. Schwarber is ready. Here's the 2-2. Fly ball, right field. Going back is Hernandez at the warning track and makes the catch. He almost had it. He almost had it. But almost doesn't get you home runs in this league. Score stays 3-0. Going to the bottom of the 6th here for the Dodgers, it will be Freddie Freeman, Tommy Edman, and Miguel Rojas. Marlins are beating the Rockies 5-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Woohoo. Rally house. Do 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 do. Almost can get memberships. Let's get a nice little relaxing video here. Luzardo will be coming out for the 6th, with him having 77 pitches. Once again going against Freddie Freeman, who he allowed a home run to earlier, back in the 2nd, as they are back showing the back shots of Dodger Stadium. Alright, still 3-0 bottom the 6th here. First pitch to Freddie Freeman is just inside for ball 1. Freddie Freeman looking to go 2 for 3. Here's the fly ball. Center field, Bader doing the crab walk, and he's going to move in to make the catch. So with that, it is a 2-pitch out for Luzardo. And he'll bring up Tommy Edman, who is 0 for 2. Luzardo looks ready. Bader is always ready in center field. Here is the first pitch to Edman. It is low. Sinker just sunk too much. Ball 1. Edman is ready. Here is the 1-0. Hits the corner for strike 1. Showing the back outfield view of Dodger Stadium. Here is the 1-1, and it is fielded by Otto Kemp. And they're going to say he caught that. Line drive to Otto Kemp for his 2nd out of the bottom of the 6th. So it will bring up Miguel Rojas. Luzardo looking to get his 5th strikeout here before he's done for the night. Rojas called his timeout before the first pitch, so now he's back in the batter's box. Here's the first pitch to him. Down low, sinker sunk too much once again for ball 1. Rojas is 1 for 2 with the single. Here is the 1-0. bottom left corner. Does not get the call because it wasn't near the zone. It is 2-0. Here is the 2-0. It is a swing and a miss. Goes to the changeup here, and it is 2-1. Phillies looking to keep the runs as they are. Fly ball, left field, foul. Goes into the seats. Fan is right there to grab that ball. That actually could have been fair if it hit the line, but it did not do that. It goes foul. So we have a 2-2 count. Luzardo once again looking for his 5th strikeout here. Here is the 2-2. Down low, and we have a full count to Miguel Rojas. Luzardo looking for his 5th strikeout. Rojas is ready. Luzardo is ready. The 2-2. At the 3-2, the payoff pitch. Ground ball. Third base. Kemp has it. Throws it at first. It is in time. And the inning is over. So Luzardo gets a 1-2-3 inning. 11 pitch outing for this inning from Luzardo. And it is still 3-0 Dodgers. We will see if Blake Snell comes back for the top of the 7th. And if not, who they will bring in is the question. Other than that, we are on a commercial break, so you guys will not miss a thing. Hopefully. I don't know. Maybe go to Rally House tomorrow and buy a Phillies jersey. I don't know. Yeah, you want my feedback? I'm not going to give you my feedback. But once again, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the chat or in the comments if you're watching the live stream replay. Luminatics World Tour with Dr. Dog and Chance Pena. I don't know who any of them are. Blake Snell will be coming out for the 7th, so he'll look to get another 1-2-3 inning. Bryce Harper will be up to bat here against Blake Snell here. Phillies have 2 hits compared to the Dodgers 5. Freddie Freeman with a solo shot. Kike Hernandez with the RBI single back in the 2nd. Phillies could still try and score before the game is over to avoid the shutout, as the only hits came from Harrison Bader and Bryson Stott. First pitch to Bryce Harper is way inside for ball 1. Harper is 0 for 2. Looking to go 1 for 3. Here is the 1-0 pitch to Harper. Swing and a miss. Made him swing with the slider. And it's 1-1. Strikeout and ground out for Harper this game. Here is the 1-1. Swung on and hit behind home plate. Foul ball. And it is 1-2. 93 pitches from Blake Snell. 60 strikes to 33 balls. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, second base. Easily fielded. Throw to first is in time. 1 out for the Phillies in the top of the 7th. And it'll bring up JT Realmuto. Fan Appreciation Day, Sunday, September 28th at 3:05. All fans receive a schedule magnet. JT, like most players on this team right now, is 0 for 2. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, hit foul. 1 strike. Looking for his first hit. Maybe start a little rally. Here is the 0-1. Fly ball, center field. Going back is Edmund at the warning track. At the wall, makes the catch. And there is 2 out. That ball probably would have been... No, that was a deep center, so probably wouldn't have gone in any ballpark. So that'll bring up Nick Castellanos, 0 for 2, looking to not strike out here. Snell with the first pitch to him is swung on and missed. 82 curveball way inside. Don't know what Castellanos likes about swinging at balls inside and in the dirt. Yeah, JT's fly ball would have not been a home run in any ballpark. Here's the 0-1. Changeup down low for ball 1. 99th pitch coming up for Blake Snell here. 2 strikeouts for Nick Castellanos tonight. Here's the 1-1. Down low, 85 changeup. Back-to-back changeups heading to dirt for ball 2. 100th pitch coming up. 17 sliders, 18 changeups, 35 fastballs, and 27 curveballs. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Goes back to the changeup. And with that, we are at a 2-2 count. Castellanos calls time. And he'll look to avoid going 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Snell is ready. Castellanos is ready. The 2-2. Down low, a curveball going 83. And the count is full. Castellanos trying to avoid striking out for the 3rd time this game. Here is the payoff pitch from Blake Snell. It is another curveball. Down low, and Snell is not happy at all. He showed his emotions. He was surprised he didn't get the call there. He was jumping up and down with his hands behind his head, but that was not anywhere near a strike. So Castellanos is on first, with Max Kepler up to hit here, who is also 0 for 2. The first pitch to him is a swing and miss. 80 on a curveball. Kepler has struck out twice as well, trying to not make that 3 in a row. Here is the 0-1. Snell is looking at first. Here is the 0-1 pitch here. Goes to the slider here. It is low for ball 1. Dodgers have Alex Vesia warming up in the Dodgers bullpen. So the 1-1 to Max Kepler. Down low, curveball. Roadvet stops it from going behind him. And it is ball 2. And it looks like they're going to give him a new ball, so that's cool. Otto Kemp, once again, is on deck. Looking for a rally here. The Phillies trying to at least score 1 here. Here is the 2-1 to Max Kepler. Down low, once again, another curveball that's blocked by Roadvet from going behind him. And the count is 3-1. Once again, Max Kepler will call his timeout here. He will look to not strike out for the 3rd time this at-bat. 107th pitch for Blake Snell coming up here. 3-1 count. Castellanos at first. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Here is the 3-1 pitch. Down low, slider. Ball 4. Runners at first and second with 2 out. Otto Kemp is coming to the plate. And the Dodgers are going to take Blake Snell out of this game. 107 pitches from Blake Snell tonight. 11 strikeouts for him as well. Leads the runners at first and second. And Alex Vesia will come in to try and end this inning for the Dodgers. They started with the mound visit. Dave Roberts is going to come in now and take him out. But once again, Blake Snell had 11 strikeouts on 107 pitches. So, props to him. Going 6 2/3 here. Are they going to take him out? Vesia rushed in, but Snell just pushed them out. Snell is staying in this game. Blake Snell is staying in this game. He wants to get out of this inning. Dave Roberts came out for the bullpen change, but Blake Snell just shrugged it off. He told him no. So he's going to go ahead and face Otto Kemp here. 108th pitch coming up right here. Here's the first pitch. It is low. Changeup for ball 1. I don't know what Blake Snell is doing unless he knows that he's going to get the out here. Otto Kemp is 0 for 2. 1-0 count. Runners are first and second with 2 out. Top of the 7th. Here is the 1-0 pitch. Inside. Fastball going at 95 for ball 2. Otto Kemp has struck out and ground out, looking to not strike out for the second time tonight and go 0 for 3. Here is the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, hit foul, goes behind home plate and goes into the seats. It is 2-1. He told him one more. Snell told him one more. So he's getting that chance. 2-1 count to Otto Kemp. Here is the pitch. Swung on. Foul towards the third base side. Snell could get out of this. It is going to be his 112th pitch. I'm behind. 112th pitch. Everyone is on their feet here. Snell could get out of this inning unscathed. Kemp trying to stay alive. Everyone's ready. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and miss. Got him with the fastball. 12 strikeouts for Blake Snell. His outing is most likely done as he goes 7 strong innings. And the Phillies' threat of trying to score ends with nothing. Stays 3-0, and we will stretch. So we'll go on commercial break, and you guys will not be missing anything. He literally shoved him out. Like, he told him one more, Snell did, and he got lucky there. Those first 2 pitches that he threw literally might have costed him a chance at staying out there if he decided to walk him, but he didn't. I dropped my bottle cap. So the score stays as it is. Will the Phillies go to the bullpen with Luzardo having 88 pitches? We will find out. I wouldn't think they would, but he's the only one that has allowed any type of runs. It looks like Luzardo will stay in for the bottom of the 7th here in this 3-0 game. So Luzardo will stay out. They're going to go ahead and continue to stretch. As Andy Pages will lead off for the Dodgers, followed by Kike Hernandez and Ben Rotvet. Excuse me. Luzardo's first pitch is up high for ball 1. That was a fastball. So Luzardo looking for a 1-2-3 inning before he is done for the night. Here is the 1-0 pitch to Andy Pages. It is in there. Four-seamer once again at 96 for strike 1. 6 innings for Luzardo, 5 hits, 3 runs, 4 strikeouts, and a walk. Here is the 1-1. Sweeper did not sweep as much as he wanted. It is 2-1. Pages is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk and a stolen base. Here is the 2-1. It is inside for ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Andy Pages, and it is a fly ball to left center field. Bader is there to make the catch. And there's one away for Kike Hernandez, who is coming up to the plate. .93 total pitches from Luzardo, 60 strikes to 33 balls. Going against Kike Hernandez, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI. He's ready. Here is the first pitch. Fly ball goes foul into the stands behind home plate. And it is 0-1. As Hernandez had an RBI single back in the 4th. Here's the 0-1. It is in there for strike 2. 86 on that sweeper. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with the fastball. 97 on that. So the K counter, presented by me as always, will be going up to 5. And it will bring up the catcher, Ben Rotvet. I don't know how to say his last name. All I know is his batting stance is not that great. He caught his timeout early, so he is 1 for 2 with an RBI single that he had back in the 2nd. Looking to make RBI number 10 here. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, hit foul towards the third base side into the seats. And it will be 0-1. Luzardo trying to get out of this with a 1-2-3 inning. 0-1 pitch hits the zone but does not get the call as it was in the inner part of the zone, and it is 1-1. Wait, I'm a pitch ahead. Oh crap. Whoopsie. The 1-1 to Rotvet is in there for strike 2. A sweeper. Alright, next pitch will be Luzardo's 100th of the night, and this will be his last inning if he gets him here. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Sweeper way outside. Rotvet swung there, and he gets out of it. K counter goes up to 6. And the score will stay as it is. And I would think Snell's day will be done, and they will bring in Alex Vesia. We're on commercial break, so you guys are not missing anything. Yep, Alex Vesia will be going against Weston Wilson, Bryson Stott, and Harrison Bader. As my phone feels like about to fall off again. The Marlins are beating the Rockies 7-3 in the top of the ninth. So the Marlins have gotten more runs. Woo! And it will be Alex Vesia coming out for the Dodgers. As I said, I don't know if I did or not, but there you go. But yeah, that's where we are right now. The Dodgers will look to retain their 3-run lead. We are coming back here in about 20-ish seconds. So, Vesia will get on the mound here. He is 3-2 with a 2.78 ERA, 185 opponent average, 19 walks to 74 strikeouts in 55 innings, 4 saves, not 8 opportunities, and it will be his 63rd game as he's going to go against Weston Wilson here. Here is the first pitch. 93 fastball in there for strike 1. Vesia's ready. Here is the 0-1. And it's inside. Slider slid a little bit too much for ball 1. Vesia is ready. Here is the 1-1 to Weston Wilson. Line towards second, and Rojas is there to make the catch. So 1 out in the top of the 8th. And they'll bring up Bryson Stott. Stott is 1 for 2 right now, hitting .258 this season. First pitch to him is down low for ball 1. 93 fastball that just missed the bottom part of the zone. Stott had the single back in the 3rd. 12 home runs still with a .391 slugging. Infield looks like they're in. Here's the 1-0, and it's outside. Went back to the fastball, but still no strike. It'll be ball 2. Tyler Glasnow bobblehead tomorrow. Alright, the 2-0. Looks like everyone's ready. Here is the pitch. In there for strike 1. Slider going 86. Stott trying to not strike out here. 294 games for Vesia this career. 2.87 ERA, 12 saves in his 6th season here. 2-1 is low. Goes back to the slider. This time a little bit too low for ball 3. Stott is ready, and Vesia is ready for the 3-1. Here it comes. Swung on and hit the netting behind home plate. And that will make it a full count. I believe Stott calls his timeout. So he'll look to not strike out here. As it is now 3-2. Here is the payoff pitch. Swung on, hit the netting behind home plate once again. Stays 3-2 as he's trying to avoid getting struck out here. Harrison Bader is on deck, 1 for 3 himself with a single and a strikeout. Stott trying to find a way to get on first base once again. Vesia is ready. Stott is ready. Here is the payoff pitch. once again. Fly ball, right center field. Hernandez going back to the warning track. Makes the catch. And there is 2 outs. And it will be back to the top of the order for Harrison Bader, who is 1 for 3, once I say that again, and he has the single and the strikeout. Vesia trying to get out of this inning here for the Dodgers. Here is the first pitch. In there for strike 194 on the fastball. So it is quickly 0-1. Bader hitting .284 with a .461 slugging, .350 on base percentage. The 0-1 is down low. Changeup changed too much, and it's 1-1. Bader trying to get a little rally going. Vesia's ready. Here's the quick pitch to Bader, and it's swung on towards right field. Hit foul. And it is 1-2. Bader trying to stay alive here. And the 1-2 from Vesia is swung on and hit foul, hitting the netting behind home plate. Stays 1-2 as Bader stays alive. And he'll look to stay alive here and maybe try to get on base. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 8th. Vesia is going to pitch it, and it's a fly ball. It's going to be a pop-up, I should say. Kike Hernandez is there to make the catch, and the inning is once again over. So, Phillies go 1, 2, 3, and the Dodgers are going to have the top of the order, depending on who the Phillies will bring in, because Luzardo's day will be done after his 100-pitch day. But we are on a commercial break, so you guys are not missing anything. Phillies will look to try and score in the top of the 9th against their one of many closers. Probably be Tanner Scott, I think, who's not injured. It is still 8-3, Marlins on top. Runners at first and second for the Marlins. Angel Chavili gets out of it, so it's going to go to the bottom 9 for them. But that's what we are at right now. They're keeping in Luzardo? I'm sorry, what? Jesus Luzardo is going to be starting for the 8th inning here. 7 innings. Here's the first pitch to Ohtani. It is low for ball 1. What are they doing? You're pitching against Ohtani, who, yeah, he is 0 for 3, but why? Oh, 1-0 is check swung and no swing, says the third base umpire. So it is quickly 2-0. Ohtani's 0 for 3 with a ground out, a line out, and a strikeout. Maybe he will be done after this outing here. 2-0 is hit foul towards the steps on the home plate side. And it is 2-1. So, with it being 2-1, Ohtani, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 98 on the fastball from Luzardo, and it's 2-2 as Ohtani will call his time. And we'll look to stay alive here. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit foul way inside. I don't know why Ohtani swung at that, but he did. It stays 2-2. He could have had ball 3. Luzardo's going to get a new ball here. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. Fly ball, right center field. Bader is not going to get there. That ball is into the seats. So it is now 4-0 Dodgers. Ohtani's 51st home run of the season here. I don't know why you would keep in Luzardo, guys. '51st home run for Shohei Ohtani. And Luzardo's day is good as done, as they will take him out. And it'll be Orion Kerkering coming in for the Phillies to face Mookie Betts. So, that's not what you wanted to see from Luzardo, but also, he shouldn't have been out in the 8th, dude. He had 100 pitches. We were back on a commercial break as they did make a bullpen change, so you guys are not going to miss anything. So it'll be Kerkering against Mookie Betts, Teoscar Hernandez, and Freddie Freeman. Once we are back in a couple minutes. Not a big fan of the decision there. I'm just not. I mean, the idea of having a lefty on lefty is good, but when you have a pitcher having over 100 pitches, it's not worth keeping him in. You might as well just take him out for a lefty. But as of right now, with the game going as it is, it will be going to the Dodgers. But the Phillies already took the series, so it doesn't really matter what we do. So we're back. It is 4-0 Dodgers. Kerkering is on the mound here. First pitch to Betts is in there for strike 198 on the sinker. Kerkering is 7-4 with 4 saves, a 3.07 ERA, 25 walks to 60 Ks. Here's the second pitch. Inside ball 1. Mookie Betts is 0 for 3 with a ground out, a strikeout, and a line out. Here's the 1-1. Top corner did not get the call. It is 2-1. Kerkering likes the call from JT. He's ready. Here's the 2-1. Fly ball hit foul behind home plate. And it is 2-2. Realmuto is going to get a new ball here for Kerkering. Betts is ready. Kerkering is ready. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, hit foul to the seats, and it stays 2-2. Hey, it's Joe Davis. 2-2 is way in the dirt. Sweeper swept way too much, and it's a full count for Mookie Betts. Betts is ready. Kerkering is ready. His glove looks purple this time. Here is the full count, and it is swung on. Fastball hitting foul towards the seats of the first base side, excuse me, and it stays 3-2. Everyone's ready. Here is the payoff pitch. Swung on once again. Foul behind home plate going to the seats. Kerkering will have his 9th pitch thrown to Mookie Betts. 4 foul balls right now. Everyone looks ready. Here is the payoff pitch once again. Fly ball left field. Kepler is there. A lot of room before the warning track, and he's going to make the catch. So, 1 out. And it will bring up Teoscar Hernandez to the plate. 0 for 3 for Hernandez. Kerkering is ready. Hernandez is ready, wearing the yellow cleats. Here's the first pitch. It's in there for strike 1. Sweeper looking like a sinker, but it doesn't matter as long as it's a strike. Hernandez grounded out twice and has a line out to wearing blue and yellow. Here's the 0-1. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Blue elbow guard, yellow sleeves, yellow shoes, blue elbow up, blue knee pads or ankle pad. I don't know, but the 1-1 was back in the dirt, and it goes past JT. So it's 2-1 for Kerkering, looking to get out of this inning. So Hernandez is ready. Here's the 2-1. Once again, goes back to the bottom left, hits the dirt once again. That's 3 straight balls in the dirt. I don't know what he's thinking. The sweeper, sinker, and sweeper all hitting that area. He hasn't hit his strike zone at all. And here's ball 4 to Teoscar Hernandez, where the other 3 pitches were. So after the first pitch, Kerkering didn't even throw one near the strike zone. He just completely missed. But it will be Freddie Freeman up to plate here. Kerkering hopefully trying to get out of this inning here. First pitch to him is low, sweeper. Didn't hit the dirt this time, so that's cool. It's a ball 1 though. Freddie Freeman hit a solo shot back in the 2nd inning, and that's the only hit he has had so far. The 1-0 is hit line towards the right center field. Hernandez is going to go to 3rd. Freeman stopped and thought about going to 2nd, but changed his mind. So be runners on the corners with 1 out, and it'll bring up Tommy Edman to the plate. Tommy Edman is 0 for 3. Heading from the left this time, compared to the right against Luzardo. Dodgers are making another threat here. Runners at 1st and 3rd. 1 out. Top of the 8th. First pitch. Inside 4-seamer. 1-0. Kerkering cannot find the strike zone whatsoever. Kerkering is ready. Everyone's ready. Here's the 1-0. It is swung on and hit foul. Otto Kemp's going to take a look at it, but it goes to the seats. So it is now 1-1. Lou Trevino, the right-hander, is warming up in the Phillies bullpen. The 1-1 from Orion Kerkering to Tommy Edman is inside once again. Fastball. Ball 2. And it's a fastball. 2-1, looking to get a second strike here. Kerkering throws it, and it's down low for Seamer. And it is now 3-1. Kerkering cannot find the strike zone in most of these pitches here. Runners at first and third. 1 out. 3-1 count for Tommy Edman. Here's the pitch. He looks at it. Sweeper in there for strike 2. Kerkering has worked back to a full count here. So it's either going to be... Infield is in. Infield is in. Full count. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. Right field. Castellanos is back. He makes the catch. Runner will advance from third. Hernandez is going to score. Freeman will stay at first. And it is 5-0 Dodgers. 5-0 Dodgers. It is actually very, very great of Castellanos catching that ball. If he didn't catch that ball, he was looking at it. He had to catch it from looking behind him with the glove, like right above his head. But he only allows the 1. If he didn't catch that, maybe 2 would have scored. Either way, it's going to be Miguel Rojas, 1 for 3. It is 1-0 to him. Here is the 1-0 pitch. Excuse me. Four-seamer. Way down low for ball 2. Excuse me. The 2-0 from Kerkering is ball 3. It hit the strike zone this time. He just didn't get the call. .25 pitches so far from Kerkering. More balls than strikes. The 3-0 is in there for a strike. 98 on that. The 3-1 in there for strike 2. 87 on the sweeper. And Kerkering has fought back, and it's now a full count once again. Rojas looking to stay alive here. Freeman is stealing. Rojas hits it foul, right field side, and it stays 3-2. Freeman will have to go back to first, and he'll look to steal again probably. Kerkering will look to see if the team can get their 7th strikeout of the game here. Here it comes, and it is in there for strike 3, hitting the bottom left corner of the strike zone. Miguel Rojas is not happy, but the inning is finally over. But obviously not before the Dodgers get 2 runs. So it is now 5-0 Dodgers. Whoa, wrong way. K counter is now at 7. 6 from Luzardo, 1 from Kerkering. Excuse me. We are on a commercial break, so you guys are not missing a single thing. We will go to the top of the 9th here, where the Dodgers will most likely go to their closer. The Marlins beat the Rockies 8-4, and it will be Tanner Scott coming in to face 2, 3, and 4 of the Phillies order. Schwarber, Harper, and Real Muto. If you guys like this kind of stuff, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,400 subscribers. Comment down what you guys want me to do next. Ask me some questions in the comments or in the chat right there on... Well, to me it's to the right because I have it set as that. It will look like that the Brewers will get another half-game lead on the Phillies for the #1 seed. So, it is what it is. At least we took the series. Looks like we're looking over Crypto.com Arena, formerly known as the Staples Center. But once again, Tanner Scott is in to face the Phillies here. First pitch to Schwarber is swung on and missed. 92 on the slider. Phillies were looking to get him in the offseason, but sadly he went to the Dodgers. 1-3 record for Scott, 4.82 ERA. The 1-0, the 0-1 is outside for ball one. Once again, going back to the slider. Schwarber is ready. Scott with the quick pitch to him is in there. Once again, another slider for strike two. 0 for 3 for Schwarber. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Trying to not make that 3 strikeouts and a flyout. The 1-2 from Scott. Down low, hitting the dirt. 92 on the slider once again. And it is 2-2. Schwarber calls his timeout. Calls it with 1 second left on the time clock. Schwarber will get resituated and try to not strike out here. Down to their final 3 outs, the Phillies are trying to get a 5-run inning here, and he swings and misses at a slider. Once again, Tanner Scott only threw sliders at him, and he got the job done. Schwarber's out on strikes, 3rd time tonight. And it'll bring up Bryce Harper, who's also 0 for 3. Harper is ready. Here is the first pitch to him. Slider once again outside for ball one. Harper 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 groundouts. Trying to not go 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts and 2 groundouts. The 1-0 is way inside. Another sinker. 2-0. So it is 2-0 to Bryce Harper. 7 straight sliders from Tanner Scott. Will he make it 8? Here is the 2-0. 98 on the 4-seamer. He goes to the 4-seamer way outside. Didn't even get into the glove of Rotvert. And it is 3-0. Once again, the Phillies will look to have a 5-run inning here. It's the only way they can make this game go longer. Here is the 3-0. Down low. Goes to the fastball at 99. And it's ball 4. So Harper's on base for JT. JT is 0 for 3 as well. Ground out and 2 flyouts. Trying to not go 0 for 4 here. Here's the first pitch. 92 on the slider. Blocked by Rotvert. I don't know. But it's ball 1. JT's getting back into the batter's box. It looks like Scott is ready, probably to throw another slider here. Here's the 1-0. Way below the strike zone, but gets the call. It is a 91-mile-an-hour slider. 279 runs scored in the 7th inning or later for the Phillies, the most in the MLB this season. Trying to add on to that. Here is the 1-1. 4-seamer, 97, just inside. Gets the strike call, and it's 1-2 to JT. That ball was not anywhere near a strike. That was maybe like half a foot out. But JT will call time, try to resituate everything. He will look to not go 0 for 4 here. He's ready. Here's the 1-2. Way inside, slider 91, and the count is evened. 2-2. JT looking to get a hit here. Trying not to end the game here. The 2-2 is hit foul behind home plate, hitting the netting, and it is 2-2. JT looking to keep this batting alive, keep him alive here. Castellanos is on deck here. The 2-2 from Tanner Scott is inside, does not get the call this time. 97 on the four-seamer. And the count runs full on Tanner Scott. This is a crucial part of the game here for JT here in the Phillies. They need to get the run to avoid getting shut out. They need to not get a double play here. Payoff pitch is fly ball to left field, and it is right into the glove of Andy Paz. So there's 2 outs, and it will be down to Nick Castellanos. Castellanos is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Trying to keep this game alive. First pitch, swung on and missed. Slider nowhere near him. Also, it was near him, but it was way down low, so it'll be strike 1. 0 for 2, walk in the 7th for Castellanos. The 0-1, fly ball, center field, and it drops for a hit. Edmonds going to throw it to second. Harper is going to get to third. And Castellanos will keep this game within, or well, keep it alive for now. Runners on the corners with 2 out in the top of the 9th here. W Dodgers, bro, what? It will be Max Kepler up to the plate trying to keep this game alive, hoping the Phillies get at least 1 here. Kepler is 0 for 2 tonight. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss, 90 on the slider. And it's strike 1. Kepler trying to stay alive here. 0 for 2, walk in the 7th. Trying to not make that 0 for 3, the 0-1. Slider once again, way down low. Still gets the call. And just like that, the Phillies are down to their final strike. That slider was not a strike, man. Everyone's on their feet. The 0-2 from Tanner Scott. Fly ball. Pop up. That's Kike Hernandez, is there to make the catch. So with that, the series is over. The season series is complete. And the Dodgers get the final win against the Phillies. 5-0. You weren't going to sweep the Dodgers, but at least you take the series. Not a good outing from the Phillies at all today. Blake Snell's the player of the game. 12 strikeouts is the most that he had since September 17th, 2024, as a member with the Giants. I don't know why I said Dodgers. 7 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts. Phillies will continue their West Coast trip Friday as they're off tomorrow, and will take on the Diamondbacks for a 3-game series. It will be Taijuan Walker on the mound for the Phillies, and Ryan Nelson on the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They did say that Walker Buehler will be pitching on Friday. and hopefully get closer to that #1 seed. They are now 2.5 games, might be 2.5 games back. Brewers are 93 and 59. The Phillies are 91 and 62. They can still get 100 wins if they win out the rest of the season, which is definitely possible because they have the D-backs, they have the Marlins, and the Twins. 3 pretty easy series matchups for the Phillies. They can easily win all these games and get up to 100. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Why would we do that? No. To be honest, the only team that'll probably get 100 wins is the Brewers. Brewers are probably the only team that's close enough to get 100 wins. They have 93 right now, so they only need 7 more games. But it is what it is, and you can't get upset, as they always say in regular sayings. I don't know. But with that, Phillies lose the season finale against the Dodgers 5-0. Jesus Luzardo not on top of his game, as he allowed the home runs to Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman. The Dodgers in general brought in all the bats. We did absolutely nothing. We did not show up this game. Hopefully that doesn't linger into Friday's game against the D-backs, because if it does, then we might be screwed at getting the 1 seed. Hopefully the Dodgers don't get on a roll here, because that wouldn't be great. Let's end this poll here. But anyways, that's how the game will end. Phillies lose 5-0. Nothing showed up for the Phillies. They get shut out for the first time in a long, long while. I can say that with a straight face, because why? The last time we got shut out was a long time, actually. It was when we got swept by the Mets on August 27th. And we couldn't hit against, what was his name? Nolan McLean, that's right. Bro has Mr. Clean name, but couldn't hit against him, as he went 8 straight innings, actually. But it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching, like, and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,400 subscribers. Comment down below what you guys want me to do next. Phillies lose 5-0, and they only had 7 strikeouts. But as I do that, I know that our boy Nightbot is still here. And I know I have an Eagles command. Haha. Alright, we're going to end it off on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once this timer on my screen here goes to 2 minutes and 35 seconds, we will end the stream. But around the league real quick here. Cubs beat the Pirates 8-4. Reds beat the Cardinals 6-2. Orioles beat the White Sox 3-1. Excuse me. Giants beat the D-backs 5-1 in extras. Braves beat the Nationals 9-4. Guardians shut out the Tigers 4-0. Red Sox walked off against the A's 5-4 in the 10th. Rays beat the Blue Jays 2-1. Padres beat the Mets 7-4. Brewers beat the Angels 9-2. Royals beat the Mariners 7-5. The Yankees beat the Twins 10-5. Astros beat the Rangers 5-2. And the Marlins beat the Rockies 8-4. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.